Hi, my name is David. I'm the operator of the Naperville Virtual Maps Google page and the napervillevirtualmap.com website. And the unique part about this website and the Google page is that most of the content is done by drone 360 Google Maps imaging, which allows the viewer to see from an aerial view a wide area. And it'll also allow the viewer to connect into specific business areas or other attractions within from the drone imaging. Now I'm going to start by doing a Google search for Naperville Virtual Maps of Naperville, Illinois. So I'm going to actually put the comma in there for Naperville, Illinois, so that you make sure you get the Google page that we want. I'm going to also do this on a mobile device just to show the differences. There are some differences between the mobile version and the desktop version. Now notice that in the mobile version, you're not going to have this extra websites on the left side. It's going to be the first thing you're going to see is the Google Maps page, which is what we want. Now on this page display, we actually want the content that's over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on, you go back to the big screen here on the computer. We're going to click into the Photos section. And so you have the All section, which includes all photography. You also have the 360-degree View section, which includes only these circular arrow pictures, which mean that they're done in a full virtual 360 Google Maps view. And so, for example, this one is obviously a land-based 360 mapping, where you can actually look all the way, east and west down Water Street, and you can see. I'm going to expand this image so you can actually really get a good look at this. That is the Imbergia Fountain. Now we're going to use the zoom feature, and so you can actually read the letters there. It says Imbergia Fountain, and we're going to zoom back out. So on any of Google Maps 360 images, that's a big benefit, is you can zoom in on anything you want to look at that's within the 360 frame. You can obviously look up at the sky, or you can look down to the ground. Now I've just done a couple clicks there, and I've actually jumped down around Naperville. Didn't intend to do that, but that's the way that Google Maps works, is there are connections on a lot of these images. So you can, if you left click, you're actually going to advance to whatever direction you're going. So if I were to click here, I'd be moving back, looks like I'd be moving westward down the river walk. And there we go, we're still on the river walk because there's arrows, there's mappings that have been done. So these mappings are 360-degree Google Maps views from drone, and I am an FAA licensed pilot that is authorized to do these images, and I've been doing these for all of Naperville. We have done about 40 or more areas so far. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for these images to come into focus. I just zoomed a little bit, and that helped the process. Now I'm going to go back out to look at what's called the, we're just going to call this a slider there, which allows you to move down and to look at all these different images that have been done in Naperville. So for example, you might notice here that this is an image, a drone map that was done by the Hotel Arista, which is one of the taller buildings in Naperville. And from there you can see several hundred yards perhaps out towards I-88. Going back, again, this kind of carousel of sliding images here allow you to jump to wherever you want in Naperville. But it's not as convenient as the website, because the website is actually going to label these areas so the viewer knows where they can, if they're looking for a specific area, they don't have to scroll through 40 images to try to find what they want. We're going to go down now to the website, and I'm going to do that first on a mobile device, just to distinguish the differences. We would be clicking on this website link on the computer, or this website link here on the Google page from the mobile device. And what we're looking for is napervillevirtualmap.com, and I'm going to make sure that this goes to the same site on the computer screen, which it does. What you want to notice on the mobile version is that there is two hidden menus, and I'm going to pause this rotation for a second, as well as pause it here. The hidden menu, these three lines at the top left there, if you were to click on that, you'd be getting this menu over here, which is readily displayed on a desktop, and it's hidden on a mobile device because of size. You can actually close that back up with the X button, and then again, the menu items of the website will be found at the top here on the desktop version, whereas it's hidden. You have to actually click on those three lines there, and you'll then see these areas of, website pages of the website, napervillevirtualmap.com. From now forward, we'll go ahead and do everything on the big screen again so that you can see a good display. And I noticed earlier I had paused this rotation. So we have what's called the auto advance and auto rotate feature. So if you don't do anything and you go to the page, it'll just do a rotation for you. And you can sit there and just let it play like a video. But for now, we want to actually have full control of the picture. You don't want to be rotating against the rotation of the video feature. So here we are. We were looking down at the Naperville Quarry. You've got a link here for a hotspot to Naper Settlement. And you've got a view of the beach. You've also got a view of, that's the Nichols Library, or the Naperville Public Library. That's down there on Jackson Street. Now, I'm going to draw your attention to what's called the menu overlay system over on the left side. Because we're mapping so much of a great large area of Naperville, we're going to have a sub-menu categorization so that the viewer can more easily find what they're looking for. So in these first, looks like 5 examples, 5 tabs of the menu, we've actually designated the main areas of Naperville, one being the downtown area, and then Deal Road, I-88 and Route 59, those are main roads of Naperville, as are Ogden and Washington. And then we also have a school, fields, and activity centers tab, and we have a 75th Street tab, which happens to coincide with, that tab happens to coincide with Fort Hill and Kalashaw Elementary School. So if we were to click on any of these menu tabs, you're going to go to that specific area. And then these ones that have carrots, those are going to have drop-down menus. Notice I clicked on the downtown Naperville. I was immediately taken to downtown Naperville and Main Street, which is what the tab says. And here you'll see the Main Street parking garage, which is right here. And then you'll also see a pretty good view of downtown Naperville from that aerial view. Now, again, there's tabs, sub-tabs here, about 11 tabs for downtown Naperville. If I were to randomly select like the last one here, which is Washington, Chicago, Aurora, we click on that tab, and here you are. This is Washington Street, of course. This is Chicago Avenue, and this is over here, this is Aurora. So you can see all those main roads from this image. So that would help viewers if they wanted to find a specific area of Naperville. And now we're going to close that sub-menu by scrolling. There's a very tiny scroll bar on the right side of this menu, which is kind of hard to use sometimes, but if you grab it with your cursor, it's actually easy to move. Now I'm going to close that sub-tab and notice the other sub-tabs as I mentioned earlier. Now you also have a tab down here for restaurants. You have, you're going to have these tabs for other types of businesses such as activity and fitness centers or doctors and dentists, places to stay. And they will have these carrots as well, which will give sub-tabs. For example, with restaurants right now, we have a sub-tab for Potter's Place and 29 Martini Lounge. So if I were to click on that, you're actually going to be directed immediately into a tour or a 360 Google mapping of that business. In this case, it's Potter's Place. You got the view of, again, from downtown Naperville. This is a night shot that they had done with the Google Map imaging, and we connect them in both directions here. You can actually move through the top level, and you can actually move from the patio or the balcony here over, and you can actually move down below into their main, this is their music area. So I want to go back out to the menu here and show the feature of how the hotspots actually work. So we are going to randomly select here. I'm going to go into, let's see what I want to use. I'm going to use the Route 59 examples, and there's one in particular, Aurora Road, Fort Hill, Route 59, New York. So this image right here, again, is of those major cross sections. This is close to Fort Hill Road. This is actually Aurora Road and what becomes New York Street up here, and this is 59. So you're going to notice one of these purple hot spots. When you scroll over it, you're going to see that it says Lexus of Naperville. If you're to actually click onto that hot button or hot spot, you're directed immediately into that virtual tour. And so that's the feature, the hotspot feature, which allows businesses to show their place of business or their operation for people, the convenience of people that want to know more information, obviously in this case a car dealership. Now I'm going to go back out to the original image I was on, and just to get a view of that again, any specific area that's covered in a virtual drone map can have that image put in. It doesn't matter what type of business or what type of facility those features are available, and you can link in your website. You can do a lot of other things. But the business can not only have this map on their website, the drone map, but they can have the virtual tour as well on their Google page and their website. So those are the main features. Now notice there is also basically an explanation of how to use the virtual drone maps right below this actual map here. And that'll walk you through a lot of what I just said. So if you forget any of it or you want to really see a better visual, that's going to give you a lot of the instructions there. Okay, so that's it for now. Any questions, you can obviously use the Contact Us tab on our website, napervillevirtualmap.com. That would give you information on how to reach me at napervillevirtualmaps@gmail.com, or the number there, the phone number 630-479-8944. Again, more information on the website on helping your business be found, how this hotspot feature works. But again, the Naperville Virtual Drone App is a resource for anybody that wants to know about information about Naperville, using the Google Maps drone technology, drone mapping, which is a step up from the ground mapping, where a lot of times things are hard to find because of you may be hidden in a little bit of an area that you can't see around a corner. So the drone maps is a more convenient feature now, and I appreciate your time.